Right. Today on A Table in the Corner, I'm chatting to Luke Dale Roberts. Welcome, Chef.
Good to be here.
Great to have you. And to Chef Jason Kosmas.
Yes.
Hi.
How's it going?
All right. Third time on the show.
It's becoming hugely popular.
He's an old hat.
Exactly. He's the darling of the media.
He is. Move
So-
aside.
Well,
Jason
exactly.
Kosmas.
He's elbowing his way to the front
Yeah,
at
yeah,
every
yeah.
opportunity. So you guys have just come back from London, right?
Yes.
What were you doing?
We were doing a pop-up at the Waldorf Hilton
Yeah?
on Aldwych, right in the centre of Theatreland. So we were 2 doors down from Mamma Mia, across the road from Lion King. So like in the epicentre of London, just up the road from Covent Garden. Yeah, we didn't see much of anything other than the inside of the kitchen and the local pub.
The pub and scrubbing the pans out.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's the thing. I mean, in England, do you have to do your own scullery and all that
No,
sort of, right?
I mean the porters are good, eh?
Is it?
Yeah, it's a solid porter team, yeah.
Oh.
So known as porters there, not scullers.
Yeah.
Very different.
Okay, I'll try. Listen, it's a whole kind of cultural exchange
Yeah.
thing that I have to get used to. So that's quite an amazing thing. You did a pop-up of Potluck Club in London.
Correct. Yeah.
What? Where did that come from? How did
Well,
that happen?
I'll give you the backstory with the Hilton.
Okay.
So, in COVID, everything, as we know, was falling apart. Everything was closing, and I started reaching out to different hotel groups at that time to see perhaps if, for example, Seychelles was not in lockdown. Maybe we could fly to Seychelles, do a pop-up there, just try and do something to bring in a bit of cash.
Yeah.
And then I kind of developed a relationship with this guy called Tobias Schultz, German chap. He's head of development, and we've been in contact like sporadically ever since with this opportunity or that opportunity, and nothing quite fitted.
Yeah.
And then he came forward with this opportunity at the Hilton, the Waldorf Hilton, and iconic hotel.
Absolutely. Which room were you in?
My room,
No, in
320.
320.
Yeah.
But which of their restaurants? Because don't they have a couple of restaurants in the hotel space?
Yeah, it's the
What's it called?
Homage.
The Homage.
It was called Homage,
Okay.
and it's now been rebranded to the Potluck Club.
Okay.
It's a very classic, old building, super high ceilings, pillars, white tablecloths, very classic old world.
Yeah.
But then with this banging kind of potluck menu, and we do the same format where people write their own menu that they want to have, so it immediately takes away that kind of serious stiffness. And the vibe in the room when we were there was electric, and it used to be like a morgue.
Yeah, it was sad.
But I mean, taking this very funky, very hip, very upbeat space here, Jason, to London. I mean, when Luke first said, "Listen, we're going to London," were you like, "Dude, how did you react?" Is that a dramatic
How much do I need
pause
to do?
Get in. Come on, tell us.
No, I mean it was exciting. I think we'd spoken about doing something overseas for quite a long time, and the potluck model is quite nice to replicate. It's I think we've done so many cool things with the model itself that it was easy to plug and play.
Okay.
So it was just a matter of finding out what we could execute that side, and hopefully once we leave, they could continue executing those things consistently. So there's a lot of brainstorming around that and the menu development.
And it's also interesting, I mean, that talks to the relationship between the two of you, because, I mean, you're looking out in the broader picture and kind of coming up with these ideas and talking to this guy and talking to that guy and thinking what you can do during COVID, and you execute, right? Is that pretty much how the balance operates?
That's pretty much. I said to Jason on this trip, thank God you were there, because like 10 years ago, I'd have nailed it. I would have been like, okay, cool, let's go, let's do this.
Exactly,
but this time I arrived, I was like, how are we going to do this? And then Jason just kicks into gear. You got the young legs. He's off like a rocket.
And I mean, you're like a sort of a resident of Komaki and the quiet life now, so getting that energy up and going must have been quite a thing.
The energy's cool. I don't have a problem with getting the energy going, but like, it was a big task.
Yeah.
You know, when I got there, him and Rachel had been there already for
4 days.
4 days.
Yeah.
And Rachel is?
Rachel Maroon, is that how you pronounce her
Yes.
surname?
Yeah.
She's sous chef at Salon at the moment.
Okay.
She also opened when we did a little potluck in Andermatt, in a small hotel in Andermatt. She headed that up.
Okay.
And she recently came back to us, having spent a number of years in Europe.
Okay.
And then she had a British passport. It's all the British passport holders, basically.
Basically got a
Yeah,
gap.
I was like, who's got a British passport? You have, okay, we
Let's
can
go,
do it.
Let's go.
Yeah,
That's all we're taking.
yeah.
And I mean, the Waldorf Hilton it's like a historic theatrical venue, but it's not your first. It's not your first rodeo in London, because you've worked in London restaurants before.
Yeah.
We saw you out here.
Yes.
Has the scene changed?
It has a lot, eh?
Yeah.
It's changed a lot. I mean, I was in London, I've been here 18 years. I was in Asia 5 years, that's 23.
So
I
around
was in
2000.
London 23 years ago for probably 10 years.
Yeah.
There's always been a difficulty in getting good staff in London.
Yeah.
But at this point in time, after Brexit kind of pulled the guts out of the hospitality industry,
Of course.
you know, because so many people had to go home that were supporting the industry,
Yeah.
and the chefs are struggling. The staff that we've got at the Waldorf Hilton are actually brilliant, though. They're really committed. I mean, at any one time, there was like
we
20
lucked
nationalities.
out. That was nuts. I couldn't believe it. Like every corner I turned in that hotel, downstairs in that kitchen, I met someone from someone else in the world. Like,
Oh,
no,
really?
it was insane. I could not believe it. In the kitchen, I think at one day I called Luke and I was like, there's about 15 bodies here, and every single body is from somewhere else in the world. There was one person from
UK.
London, which was Phil, who's the head chef.
And
Yeah.
also that cheeky little one that,
Oh yeah.
yeah. There was a couple of cheeky youngsters from
Yeah.
England, but
Yeah.
they, I mean, Jesus, like,
Like
they got mouths on them, those boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I kind of like thought of myself at that age, and I was as bad, if not worse.
Yeah.
And I said, thank God I work in South Africa,
Yeah.
because the level of commitment and respect and just drive
It's very different.
is phenomenal here.
Okay. Yeah.
Culturally, I think
Yes.
it's phenomenal, you know.
Okay. I mean, let's just go back a little bit, and Jason, put this to you. Is that because you went over there, how many of the actual team from Cape Town went with you?
just two. of
Just
us.
two of you.
Me and Rachel.
You and Rachel, and then Luke.
And me, yeah.
Luke come to do scrub the pans.
Yeah. Cannon fodder.
So
Sign
you,
off.
you had to assemble a team there. Were you like on the phone from Cape
Yeah,
Town?
so-
Hello,
so
or did you do it when you
basically,
arrived?
I think when we got into final stages of the contract, the deal was that they needed to send two heads from their side, one from front of house and one from the kitchen, a sous
Okay.
chef position,
Okay.
to come here and do a week training with us here.
All right.
I'm rehearsing.
Yeah, to understand what the product is and what we need to deliver that side.
So you got them here to
Yeah.
train here?
Yeah.
Because I know that particularly the Potluck Kitchen has a big turnaround of interns and young students from the various cooking schools and that. So you're used to teaching. You're used to,
Yes,
kind of
yes. Yeah,
getting people online and getting
Yeah,
them going, right?
yeah.
So they came out from London. So
they
must have
came
been
out-
a bit of a jump for them discipline-wise.
A massive
Yeah.
shock for them, but they came with open eyes and all hands on deck.
Yeah.
And we basically said we got 1 week, and by the end of the week they'll have a recipe manual, order sheets, mise en place lists, you know, everything, and they must do one of everything up for us to shoot.
Okay.
So we said, okay, you've learned how to do it.
Yeah.
Then end of the week, you do it, and then you take home that information and you prep X, Y, and Z in anticipation for Jason and Rachel to arrive, which they did brilliantly. And
Yeah.
then
So that was, back to your question, that was actually where the real groundwork started, is when they went back home. So that's when I was every single day on the phone, contacting them. What have we done today? Have you managed to source these ingredients? Have you got an XYZ in place for when we arrive? It's like these things are.
Because that's a very important thing about running any kitchen, right?
Yeah.
Is that your relationships with your suppliers, because you develop a menu based on what you're sourcing,
Yes.
then your relationship with your suppliers, and also you develop an actual intimate interaction with people, because if like you run out of beans and you need that relationship to phone a guy and say, listen, bro, 5 minutes, I need you here
I think
with
that
beans.
was, for me, that was the most challenging thing is the supply chain, that side, because it's such a heavy corporate structure, as you can imagine with a hotel. They can't just get like a supplier on. Like if I call someone new and I'm like, look, we'll pay you COD today, give me a credit app, we'll load you on the system in a week. You know, they've got to go through so many channels to get the suppliers on, even if it's for one thing. You know, they can't just like, hey, deliver. It doesn't work like that. You know, so that was quite interesting for me. It's like, I got to go to the exec and be like, this is what I need.
Yeah, you had to work like 2-3 days in advance.
So it was quite tricky in a completely new field.
Yeah.
I mean, we did it really well.
And I mean, did that, back to you, like, I mean, when you were developing the menu and thinking about how and what you would cook, did what you could find from suppliers in London affect what you put on the menu?
I think it did to a certain degree, but we sat together. I mean, me and Jason will sit together. I mean, we did a gig in town recently, and we consulted on a menu, and we did it over lunch.
Okay.
Like, by the end of lunch, we had the menu, we had the thing, so it's very quick, you know, between the two of us.
But you've been together as a team now for
Just shy of 7 years.
I was going to say 8, so just shy of 7.
Yeah. So it's quick. We're efficient. I mean, having worked in London, I knew that the venison would be great. I knew that the beef would be amazing. The fish, I thought would be better, because when I was working in London, it was definitely better.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's got anything to do with Brexit and like stuff coming in from overseas, and
also it's 20 years later and the
20
oceans
years
have been
later,
depleted.
something's changed.
I think we're very lucky though here in South Africa with fish. Fish here is exceptional.
Yeah.
I mean, the variety is less here.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's available, but like what you get through the door, like those red stump nose that you were prepping the other day,
just
it's so pristine and fresh, you know, and it's not vac packed, and it comes in like ready, you know, like from the sea.
And I mean, I wanted to also, on that note, I'm going to guess that sourcing ingredients was a lot more expensive in London.
Oh, yeah.
And that leads me to a conversation about the menu, because, I mean, we know that the foreign devils come out to Cape Town from all over the world and from the UK with their pounds, and this is eating in the potluck club is kind of a joke. You know, it's not expensive, but comparatively, and also, you know, in the global north, people earn better. They've got better social security structures and that sort of thing. So, by comparison, we spoke, Jason, about fish tacos in one of our interviews, right? Did you have the fish taco on the menu?
Yes.
What was the difference? Like here, it's about $125, like £5 ish. What were you charging there?
I think there it was like £12.
Damn. Okay.
Like I'll put it like the one thing, like here, like our beef fillet with the cafe, which is the longest standing signature dish of the restaurant. That is, here is about just over 300 Rand, somewhere around there. There, it was £34.
What?
Yeah. But that beef was
it's incredible.
primo.
Primo beef.
It was unbelievable beef.
Yeah.
It's like $700.
Yeah.
I mean, the beef though there, that fillet that we were getting there, cost him I think like £60 a kilo from the supplier. So it's like it's
and that was like covered in a thick layer of fat.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah.
I mean, you must have been licking a pencil and just kind of working out the numbers all the time, Vic?
We worked it out very quickly. They got an average spend. So the average spend was around £100 a head, which for London isn't bad for great cooking and great food. But it doubled what they were making prior to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so they must be chuffed with you.
I think they're very pleased. They got more covers and they got more average spend.
And they got a much better energy in the flow from the bar area, which is called the Monkey. What is it?
The something monkey, yeah.
I can't even remember. I've just blanked out.
The brass monkey, something.
But basically, the entrance to like the potluck is like this cool bar, which they completely flipped to have like our screens in there as vinyls. They had potluck pop up all over it.
Oh, so you
They
brought
took-
branding and
Well, yeah,
elements
they
of
took
potluck into that's
pictures
stunning.
of like our product here, and they framed it on the wall. So it was quite quirky. So you kind of like immediately got like a feel of like potluck in Cape Town, and which was really fun.
Fantastic.
And then you get escorted through, and then you go into the dining room.
I mean, I've been sort of combing the interwebbings for reviews, but you've only been going since mid-August, right? So
Yeah.
there aren't the reviews up in the Guardians and all those sorts of things. How do you feel local diners kind of? Well, how did they? Let's try that differently. How did the local diners in London find the food? Did you get commentary
They
back?
adored it.
Oh, really?
The-
Okay.
The general comment was like, there's nothing like this in London.
Yeah.
The flavors are so punchy. I mean, I went to a lot of tables. That was like, in service, that was kind of my main job, was to go around to the tables and check in. The general feedback was phenomenal. Really, really phenomenal. And I said to Jason, isn't it amazing that we've actually, like, the food going out was like the potluck club food. Like, if you close your eyes to the setting and just put like a screen around the table and ate,
Yeah.
you could have been in the potluck club here,
Amazing.
you know,
I mean, do you
which
think-
is a cool achievement.
It's a great
Yeah.
achievement, and also to take a piece of what's at, I consider you to be at the cutting edge of what's going on in the food scene here and what you're putting on the plate. To take that to London and to have people go, whoa, there's nothing like this. Does that sort of make you think, hey, maybe you should be opening in London, or is the pop-up quite enough for you?
I think we're doing it one step at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like the pop-up is great, and it's working really well, and it's like a toe in the water, and we're going to just concentrate on making that perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you never know. But I would never take risk in London.
Really,
No.
no, it's just.
I would never take risks so far away.
Yeah, and also you could hurt yourself quite badly with the prices that you're talking
Yeah,
about there.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, so flowing from that as well, there's been this kind of trend in Dubai where the restaurants of the world, the names, the 50 best winners and that sort of thing, they open branches in Dubai, right?
Yeah.
What do you think the chances, Jason, are of opening branches of the top names here in London? Or is that just too risky from a pricing point of view, do you reckon?
I don't know. I mean, I think, like Luke said, I think to invest such big capital there just makes it extremely hard to manage a product so far away for us. I think the reason why we're so successful here is because we're so hands-on.
And we're all contained in one little...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even Joburg was a hard challenge. Now that we've got it at the Peach Hotel,
Yeah.
it's running brilliantly, and like we've got James Peach and his wife Vicky that are on the ground there every day.
And they're
with,
amazing.
With an amazing management team.
Yeah.
We've got our own management team in there, head chefs, managers. But those people that we have in there are now working within a structure
Yeah.
that is like a new structure, and it's a proper structure. If you put someone in London in a standalone restaurant, it's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot that can go wrong every day.
Yeah.
Both, personally, professionally. There's always curveballs.
Anyway, you actually raised something that I'd forgotten about, and I'm aware of your openings in Joburg, but you already had the experience of doing that. So it wasn't quite such a leap going across the big water to Lulu.
I think the biggest thing was integrating with their team.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the first 2 days was a little bit of like a shock. Like Rachel and I got in there, we're like, holy shit, we got a lot to do. And then by the third day we were like, okay, well, we're here, we got to just get it done,
Yeah.
And I think they also saw how much we brought to the table.
Okay.
I think, their chefs were pleasantly surprised how hard we work.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, Rach and I like
You
properly grafted, and we
Yeah.
just got through it. Like there was never any time where we were complaining. It was not like, oh my god, this sucks.
No, and,
We got a
and-
whole restaurant to prep. It's like we need to get it done, pure and simple. There's no parameter in which we
And
can't
no
open
job-
without having it.
no job too big or too
Yeah.
small.
Yeah.
And I think that's the
Anything
leading
and
by
everything.
example. You know, you got Jason segmenting oranges and me setting up, you know, like little beef tataki plates or venison tataki plates.
Yeah.
And then they could see that we were willing to work.
Roll
and
up
then
your
they-
sleeves, yeah.
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 And they quickly followed suit, and it was really cool because they really did take it on well.
I mean, it is interesting though that there is a little bit of a sort of a reputation for South African restaurants of being overstocked, having big brigades because the labours are relatively inexpensive.
Yes.
And that kind of European restaurants run leaner on it, so there's more work. And I mean, I spoke to Rudy Liebenberg about that very thing, running a hotel kitchen on a much leaner team than he's used to.
Yeah.
But the thing is that is it because the separation between the head chef, the executive chef, and the working team on the brigade is far bigger. So those working people on the brigade don't expect a Luke Dale Roberts, a Jason Kosmas to roll up their sleeves and start prepping the tataki. Would that be it?
I think it could be. I think that it's a difficult one. I mean, on the topic of bigger teams, we're fortunate in this country to have, you know, a number of people that want, particularly fledglings as an example, that want to come through, that have no experience, that need a job. So the level of unemployment is high, but the desire to work is also high. You know, whereas in the UK there's all these different schemes, you know, for unemployment benefit, etc., etc. So the level of unemployment is not as high, but it's still higher than it should be. The desire to roll up your sleeves, get your hands dirty, some have, some don't have that, you know. And that's why I feel grateful every day to be here, because you've got, you know, this desire to do better. I think the bigger kitchen team, if I look at this team here, it's the right size in order for people to have, you know, 3 days off, 4 days on, or 2 half days, and make it manageable and not burn out scenario. And what's really cool is we're able to add a new dish, another special,
very quickly,
and, you know, and
Yeah.
whereas there you got to run the format. You know, you got to run a format of like 8 dishes, keep it super tight, work out ways that you can facilitate that to be easier and more efficient. You know, it's a different skill set, but a huge learning curve for us in terms of how 5 people can run a 60-cover service.
Apart from the fact that you were doing the punchy flavors and people were loving what you were doing, and you got a lot of really good kind of commentary when you were out on front of house talking to the people, it's the potluck concept quite unusual in London. I mean, is there dining much more? Is this sort of small plate where you can pick and choose off the menu in an a la carte system? Is that coming in more than just the set menu, tasting menu thing?
I mean,
You didn't really get to go out.
No, I did. We did. We went out after hours. We had our fun.
Yeah.
We got to eat at some cool little shops. I mean, the one that stood out for me the most was probably this Thai restaurant called Speedboat,
Okay.
which I got to go at on my last day I was there. All small plates. It's a menu card, and you just tick off what you want, and it just kind of arrives one at a time, and you just kind of mix and match, and everyone shares and stuff. So, but there's loads of little places like that. There's tons of them. Like we were in the centre of London, so like every little street had so many different shops.
Yeah.
So flowing from that question then, the difference between how we're operating in the restaurant scene in Cape Town is not at all far removed from London.
No,
With your big eyes.
no, not at all. And I've been saying that for years. What we're doing here is
Yeah.
easily comparable, if not better, than what's happening in London.
No, we have an incredible food scene here in Cape Town. I mean, it's like,
No, it's
and in the
next
surroundings.
level.
I mean, I say Cape Town, the general, like the Western Cape, is just insane. I mean, the level of produce and what people are putting out on tables is just really world class.
Well,
It's really cool.
this is the third interview on a table in the corner on which you said that. So
Yeah,
you-
it is.
banging
It's
on,
true. The difference between, I think, between here and London, for example, is you can get, you can go to an extremely great fine dining restaurant, whether it's a tasting menu, whether it's tapas style, whatever here, but you get a lot of influences on that menu.
Yeah.
Whereas in London, you can do that as well, but what you have over and above that is like micro cuisines. For example, Vietnamese, Cambodian.
Laotian, yeah. all
Yeah.
that from
So
that
you
region, yeah.
can. I mean, I saw this little place doing Nepali momas. You know, those little dumplings they make in Nepal.
Okay.
It was called moma, you know, or momo.
Momo.
And that just really brought home to me how you can go out every night and eat a different style of food.
Okay.
Whereas here, the ethnic restaurants that are run by people from that particular part of the world are few and far between.
Right. I mean, so I mean, I can think only of Uzuri or Nick Taralambus at the moment that does it, you know, that ethnic cuisine that's specific to
Don't get it wrong, bro.
what?
Cypriot, eh?
Cypriot, yes. No, it's not Greek. Yes, it's Cypriot. I see
He's
what
gonna
you did.
find you after the
You know what?
podcast.
I'm glad you stopped me because I was about to say Crete.
No, he's a good friend of mine and Sarah's.
Yeah,
You know.
and he's doing an amazing thing. And but as you say, like if you go to a region, Southeast Asia, and you go to the different, like even within Vietnam, they're different kind of ethnic groups.
Yeah,
They're, I
North
hear you.
Indian,
So you're
South Indian,
Not, you're not finding that so much here. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I get you.
and that's why when I go to London, I will eat like specific regional cuisine more than go to a fine dining restaurant for two reasons. A, it costs a third of the price.
Yeah.
And B, I can't get that here.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
we
so
had dim
good.
sum that was
oh
good.
my word, it was like mind blowing. That Chinese restaurant was insane. I've never had dim sum like that in my life. It was
Really.
unbelievable.
So I mean, you've come back.
Unbelievable.
You've taken potluck abroad to show the world the potluck club, but you've also come back with a bit of inspiration. I mean, are there
It's
any
always
things
nice
that you
to
want
travel.
try?
I mean, like food. You know, food is such a international language. It's just, and it's just so endless. So if you really enjoy it and you enjoy going out and you enjoy what people, you know, bring to a table, you know, it's just so fun. That's why I travel. I travel to eat. I travel to eat. I travel to drink. I travel to, you know, experience culture. It's
So, well, the people of London are experiencing Potluck Club. So your pop-up it started in the middle of August and it goes to the
Mid-November.
End of November.
Yeah.
Right.
And with an option to extend or not extend, or we'll see how.
yeah.
Fantastic. Are you guys going to go back and check it out at any stage between now and then, or are you going to get
We
ready for
will
season?
go back, but like we need to stay in close communication with them to see when would be the best time for us to go back.
Okay.
You know, like, is it to wrap it up? Is it midway through? Is there some good PR opportunity that comes up? You know, I feel like the menu's good for 3 months. You know?
Yeah.
But if we went back, we would definitely. It would be going into autumn, winter, so good opportunity to use some mushrooms and.
Okay,
you
so
know.
to change up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because otherwise, you're just going to go through the motions, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly, and the thing is that the menu at Potluck Cape Town is all about changing and moving seasonally and using the best ingredients. So you want to try and do that
Yeah,
abroad
Yeah.
as well.
it keeps
yeah?
it fresh. And Jason's brilliant at that. He moves very fast. He changes the menu very quickly every week. So I've got this dish.
Yeah, we constantly have things that are developing all the time.
Can't stand
It's
still.
what keeps you happy.
Yeah.
You know, end of the
Yeah,
day.
it's
And
fun.
creative, yeah.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on a table in the corner. It was really amazing of you to make time, and now you've got to get ready for season. You've just renovated Potluck, right?
Correct.
Okay, done some new tabletops. It's all looking
New
fantastic.
floor, new tabletops, new couches. Made sure all the lights are hanging straight.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit of paint work going on soon. It's just like a facelift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously, while you were in London, that most of that work could take place, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Good.
Yeah.
Thanks again for joining me.
Pleasure.
Thanks,
man.
Russell.
Always a pleasure.